Morgan City, Louisiana, 1927. A bayou town on the banks of the Atchafalaya River.
The South doesn't get any deeper than Morgan City, Louisiana.
Enjoying a leisurely life as one of the Southern gentry is 38-year-old Ada LaBeouf.
Very good, you learned it.
Socioeconomically, they were at the top of the heap.
Her 42-year-old husband, James, has a high-powered job.
James was very important. He ran the power company as a superintendent, and that meant a lot of time away from home.
But money can't buy happiness.
I didn't know you'd be home so early.
After 20 years and 4 children, it's a loveless marriage.
There was so much tension in that home, and there was so much volatility between the two of them.
Husband James is often away on business for days at a time.
How long will you be away?
4 days.
Ada ensures she is never alone for long.
Dr. Dreer was the real deal. He was the country doctor that made house calls and actually cared about his patients.
You never miss a signal.
Of course not.
His patients came first, especially Ada LaBeouf.
What seems to be ailing you today?
I have a terrible headache.
For Ada, Dr. Thomas Dreher's excellent bedside manner is between the sheets.
Dr. Dreher risked a great deal. He was the most respected member of the community. He was married and had children. He would have lost all of that if this affair had come to light.
Ada ensures her lover never crosses paths with her husband.
Ada and her lover set up a code so he would know when it was safe to come over. She'd hang a pillow slip up in the window, indicating that the coast was clear.
Neither lover can afford to get caught. They go to great lengths to hide their love.
The cover of respectability is what really helped the two of them. She was married to somebody kind of important. He was a doctor beloved by everybody in town, so they were able to get away with this for a quite long time.
I'll be home to prepare the dinner.
Their secret rendezvous occur at the family home and down by the river. The comings and goings start to arouse suspicion.
We both know where she's off to.
There was a lot of gossip. It's a small town, so people are talking about it.
James must be the only one in town who doesn't.
Pretty much everybody knew.
The scandal is exposed when the good doctor's wife, Gertrude, receives an anonymous letter.
Mr. LaBeouf.
Whatever's the matter?
And the note said something like, you know, there's some partying going on down in the shack on the bayou, and it's your husband, and it's Ada.
Mrs. Dreher takes it and shows it to James LaBeouf. Not a smart move.
Thomas? And my wife?
But she goes there, and LaBeouf goes round the bend.
Why, those filthy traitors.
Humiliated by his wife's affair, James can't contain his rage.
Treacherous whore!
What?
James is livid. He is very, very mad and very upset and hurt.
Infidelity! With the doctor!
No, I promise.
So he goes to Ada and said, look, is this going on if it's true?
Lie, the whole town knows!
She denies it.
He's only treating my headaches.
Give you a headache!
Hey! Stop it! Stop it!
James doesn't believe her. He takes matters into his own hands.
James is so convinced that that affair is true that he wants to kind of catch the doctor.
James vows revenge and goes to extraordinary lengths to trap his nemesis.
He would dress in his wife's clothes and ride around town with a shotgun on the seat next to him, hoping that the doctor would see him and mistake him for his wife, Ada, and the doctor would come up to the car, and then James could kill him with the shotgun. This is not a man with his head screwed on straight.
James will do anything to settle the score. But he's not the only one setting a trap.
He was no match for that woman.
A warm summer's night in Morgan City, Louisiana, 1927. Ada LaBeouf springs a surprise date on her husband, James. It's not in a fancy restaurant. It's in a humble canoe.
Let's enjoy ourselves like we used to.
After the affair came out, Ada tried to make amends with her husband by suggesting a moonlight boat ride.
The rage James feels over his wife's affair melts away tonight.
It was moonlit night on a lake. They started paddling out.
Come on.
But there will be no romance tonight.
Another boat appeared.
Wonder whom the devil that is.
Ada has invited other guests.
Almost there.
Her lover, Dr. Thomas Dreher, and his hired henchman, James Beadle.
It was a trick, a cold-hearted trick. Ada convinced her lover that her husband was probably going to kill him if he didn't kill her husband first.
What the heck are you two doing here?
Say goodbye to your wife. Ada, you get out of here.
The men bring the tools needed to conceal their crime.
James LaBeouf's body was cut open from the chest down to the pubic bone. This exposed all of the intestines. The murderers removed the intestines, much like gutting a deer or field dressing a deer.
Every detail of this murder is planned.
Cutting out the intestinal organs was brilliant because it made certain the body would not float. Weighing it down with angle irons was also brilliant because it made sure the body would stay on the bottom.
Well done, Beadle.
There is just one problem with their perfect plot.
The unfortunate part for them was they dumped the body on a sandbar at a high tide. The waters receded and some frog giggers came and found the body.
If they had taken the body a few feet further and dropped it in deeper water, I think they would have gotten away with murder.
When the body is identified, the police soon get wind of Ada's affair.
We know about you and the doctor. Make it easy for yourself. Tell the truth.
It wasn't my idea.
She confesses to knowing of the shooting, but claims she's innocent.
I really don't know what happened.
She blames her lover, Thomas.
Ada threw him under the bus so fast, claiming that she and her husband were out for a nice boat ride, and the doctor and James Beadle came out of nowhere and shot her husband. Of course, that wasn't true.
Thomas and his henchman also turn on each other.
Nobody took responsibility for anything that night. It was just sort of a, finger-pointing match, and Ada was right in the middle of it all.
Police have to figure out who to charge.
A hunter would be more practiced in that art. A surgeon would not. But a surgeon would certainly know how to do it.
In the end, in 1927, all three are found guilty of first-degree murder. James Beadle is sentenced to life in prison.
James Beadle is just a simpleton, really. He's a pawn in this whole game between Ada and the doctor.
A harsher sentence is handed down to Dr. Thomas Dreher and Ada LaBeouf. Both are sentenced to death.
There's no doubt that Ada was the mastermind, that she was the one that was making every bit of this thing happen.
In February 1929, Ada becomes the first woman to hang in Louisiana.
Just before she was hung, Ada complained to the hangman that the rope was too tight. She had no idea how tight that rope was going to get.
Ada's insatiable lust for excitement costs 3 lives and leaves her 4 children orphans.
I think Dr. Dreher and the affair Ada had offered her something she hadn't had in 20 years, being married to James. Affection, sex, and I'm sure it was very thrilling, and she got swept away.
Nestled in the foothills of the Rockies, Helena is Montana's idyllic state capital.
The mountains are close. They're skiing, floating, fishing. It's a terrific place to live.
The perfect place to escape city life. Something Michelle Gable is desperate to do in 2008.
She suffered from an environmental disease, if you will, and made her very sensitive to any type of chemical smell, chemical odor.
Modern living makes Michelle sick. She and husband Joe hope the mountain air can improve things.
You reek of gasoline.
But their relocation isn't quite the breath of fresh air they're counting on.
She complained more and more about these sensitivities. She would call up the police department, kind of ranting and raving about her neighbors causing problems.
Hey!
She, in fact, one day calls the police.
You're poisoning me!
Because they're outside cutting the lawn.
Hey!
And the fumes are bothering her.
Hey! What are you doing here?
Some people do have sensitivity to chemicals, but in Michelle's case, I think it was quite overblown. Michelle used her illness, sensitivity to the environment, as a manipulative tool to get what she wants.
Husband Joe has tried everything, But Michelle is never happy.
Michelle's problems seem to be expanding. Joe's at a loss. What is he gonna do? It seems she's sensitive to not only chemicals, but everything.
Then, in 2009, Michelle becomes distraught when her mother dies. She returns to Maryland for the funeral and doesn't come home.
She stayed there for a full year, didn't ask Joe to come along. She just seemed to be kind of hiding in a house back there.
And Joe's back home wondering what the hell's going on. But he decides, you know what? She's been acting a little nutty anyway, so why don't we just leave it be?
The separation stretches from 1 year into 2. Joe finds a new partner, 50-year-old Sunday Bennett.
Sunday was described as a fun-loving person. Everybody around her really liked her. She had a certain sparkle about her.
And she is everything that Michelle wasn't. She's fun, she's exciting, she's happy. Chemical odors don't bother her. Joe's having the time of his life. Him and Sunday, match made in heaven.
Joe thinks his wife has moved on too. Not so. In September 2011, Michelle pays a surprise visit.
And she walks right into her old house. And Sunday's on the floor, sleeping on an air mattress, and Joe's in another room.
Joe. Joe! I'm back. Who's that woman?
Joe spins a story.
Who is that woman?
She's just a friend, okay?
Michelle's unconvinced.
She's still a little bit disturbed by this relationship, but they're not sleeping together.
Trying to calm the waters, Joe invites Michelle downstairs to meet his new friend.
Hey, why don't we all go out and get some breakfast and get to know each other?
She invites Sunday out to breakfast to talk to her.
No, sorry, I can't.
Sunday is like, who is this mad woman? I'm not going to breakfast with her. Is she crazy, out of her mind?
What are you two hiding? You don't want to be my friend? You don't want to go out with me?
I think it started to drive her crazy. There was another woman in Joe's life.
Who are you? Who?
Get out! Now!
Michelle leaves, and she decides, I need to check into a motel, and I need to fix things now. It's been long enough. I'm gonna fix this relationship.
But Joe's not interested in mending fences. He's changing the locks.
I'm gonna have to go out soon.
Yeah, well, I have to get some of my stuff.
Michelle could not live with the truth that her husband didn't want her. Not that she wanted him either, but it looked bad for the princess to not have a prince on her arm.
After 2 years of neglecting her marriage, Michelle wants her old life back.
She wanted to hang on for the one thing she had, and that was Joe. She was not going to let some other woman take her husband.
In 2011, Helena, Montana.
I'm your wife.
Michelle, you don't live here anymore!
After 2 years apart, Michelle Gable tries to patch things up with husband, Joe.
Please!
But he's locked her out and moved in new girlfriend, Sunday.
Now Michelle's consumed with Joe, and she's consumed with Sunday, and she's consumed with the idea that they're together.
Michelle starts stalking the couple. There's more than love at stake. Joe is her only source of income.
Michelle was not taking care of herself financially. She did nothing all day long, except think about herself.
Michelle was really keeping tabs on Sunday. She was following her movements, looking into her background, and essentially kind of creating this dark woman in her mind who was her enemy.
It becomes all too clear.
Who's that?
Who cares?
Joe never wants Michelle back.
Hi, Joe. This is Michelle. This is the third time that I've called you. Will you please call me?
Are you sure you told her it's over?
I keep telling her it is.
Joe went to a local judge and tried to get a restraining order to keep her out of the household.
The judge said, "I don't see any personal danger to you or to Sunday."
At his wit's end, Joe files for divorce.
That's the tipping point. That pushes Michelle over the edge.
I'm nearly free.
Let's hope so.
On October 12th, 2011, Joe and Sunday settle in for the night. But they're not alone.
Michelle sneaked in and roamed around the house all night long while Joe and Sunday were sleeping.
Michelle finds Sunday's phone and decides to play a trick.
She texts Sunday's ex-husband as Sunday. Is this a woman whose mind is just becoming unraveled?
But Michelle isn't just here for pranks.
Michelle got her hands on a .38 revolver and a 9mm semi-automatic that Joe owned.
At 6 a.m., Joe awakes to his worst nightmare.
What are you doing here?
Why is she wandering through the house with 2 handguns? This woman is prepared to do damage. This woman is prepared to go to war.
I loved you and you treated me, and for that woman!
Joe takes 2 bullets. Then, Michelle goes after Sunday, who tries to escape to the basement.
Sunday runs away from her attacker, Michelle. Sunday, at this point, has to be pleading for her life. Please don't kill me, please. But Michelle does what? She unloads another half a dozen rounds.
Critically wounded, Joe calls 911. The police arrive just after daybreak.
Joe has been able to crawl to the front of the house where he's still alive but bleeding.
Sir, can you speak? What happened?
My wife shot me.
But his wife is apparently also wounded, and she tells another story.
Sunday Bennett is the shooter. She's in the basement.
She says, Sunday's the shooter. She's down in the basement. So they back off. They don't know what the hell's going on now. They don't know who the shooter is.
Believing there's a shooter holed up in the basement, the police wait for backup.
Michelle must have known that Sunday was slowly dying in the house, and I'll bet she loved every minute of it.
when the police finally enter the basement an hour later, it's too late.
And unfortunately, Sunday died in the basement because nobody could get to her in time.
Joe's wounds prove fatal, too. The only survivor is Michelle, who miraculously escaped a hail of bullets with superficial scratches. Investigators don't believe Michelle's story, so she changes it, admitting she did shoot her husband, but she had no choice.
Michelle's claim was self-defense, that she'd shot Joe when he came running at her, and the same thing for Sunday Bennett.
The only thing really weak about Michelle was her excuse that she did it in self-defense. That is laughable.
Michelle pleads not guilty, claiming justifiable use of force. Let me ask you a question. What justifies murdering two people in their own home?
No one buys her story. In January 2013, Michelle Gable is found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder.
She got 100 years for each homicide consecutively, which is 200 years.
Housed in the Montana Women's Prison, Michelle won't be eligible for parole until she is 99.
She is in a place where she absolutely belongs.
Michelle Gable always believed her biggest threat was modern chemicals. It turned out to be something far more old-fashioned. Jealousy.
If Michelle Gable had put the energy into improving herself that she put into killing her husband and his girlfriend, she could have really made something out of her life.
Teen love can be so sweet.
It was a fairy tale.
But when young hearts clash,
she went after the boyfriends of other girls.
Romance comes to a bitter end.
Together you have this toxic mix.
In the quiet country town of Livermore, California, in 2002, 17-year-old school student Jenna Nanetti has something none of the other girls have.
What are you waiting for? Mike's meant to be here.
A husband.
This was a fairy tale, I think, from Jenna's position.
Jenna didn't have a stable, strong, loving father figure in her life. It's no wonder she went to the first good-looking guy that came along.
19-year-old Mike Simons is a military wannabe with a wild side.
He was trying to get into the Army. They wouldn't take him. Mike had a juvenile record. He had apparently stolen a car and got into a high-speed pursuit.
See you, lovebirds.
Mike, he was a bad boy, and everybody knew it.
Jenna soon learns that tying the knot doesn't tie Mike down.
Michael Simons was an attractive person who a lot of women wanted to be with.
One of them is fellow schoolgirl, 17-year-old Katie Bellflower.
Katie wasn't well liked at high school because she had a tendency to go for the boyfriends of other girls.
Now Katie sees a chance to steal a girl's husband.
Mike was married, but that didn't stop Katie. The fact that he had a wedding ring on, that was just catnip to her.
The young seductress has no trouble charming Mike. In just 3 months, Jenna has gone from hitched to ditched.
He moved out and then moved in with Katie Bellflower.
Mike, can we talk?
No, I'm done talking.
But Jenna's not giving up her husband
Please, hon.
without a fight.
I still love you.
Despite the fact that Mike was leaving every indication he was not going to be a good catch,
I can't live without you.
Jenna still wanted him back.
Katie has no sympathy.
Katie Bellflower, at the tender age of 17,
We're done.
was a ruthless, heartless woman.
But Jenna's persistence pays off. Mike invites her over for a chat. She's hoping for a reunion.
I think Jenna was in love with the idea of having a happy marriage.
But they aren't alone. Katie and loyal friend, 20-year-old Jeffrey Hamilton, are watching and listening.
Jeffrey Hamilton was a social misfit, basically no friends other than Catherine Bellflower and Mike Simons.
Okay, get the car.
Jenna's dream of a new beginning becomes a nightmare.
Katie retrieved a baseball bat from within the residence. Walked out on the porch, and from behind, struck Jenna Simons.
Jenna, okay.
When Katie did that, she wasn't defending herself against an attack.
Look at me.
Mike, help me.
She was simply eliminating the competition.
Katie and Jeff disappear, leaving Mike to comfort Jenna. But he doesn't take her to the hospital straight away.
Mike, take me to the hospital.
He's got business to attend to.
We've got to get back to Katie first. I think I know where she is.
Jenna begged him to take her to the hospital. And he convinced her, no, we don't want to do that. We need to go after Katie.
The first blood has been spilt. Before dawn, there will be more.
You got this mixture of personalities, and together you have this toxic mix. It's absolutely shocking.
In Livermore, California, two 17-year-old girls love for the same man. Mike Simons turns to war. On October the 6th, 2002, Katie Bellflower lashes out at Mike's wife, Jenna Nanetti. Mike convinces Jenna to hunt down Katie and seek revenge.
I know where Katie is. Let's go get her. She's hanging out at Whiskey Slough.
Mike drives to an isolated area of the Delta.
Waiting there for Michael and Jenna were Katie Bellflower and Jeffrey Hamilton.
Are they even gonna come?
Yes, okay, just calm down. They'll be here.
Katie has recruited Jeffrey Hamilton to be her getaway driver.
It's them.
Katie had enormous influence and power over Jeff. He would do anything for her.
Give me the gun.
Jenna has no idea. She's been lured into a trap.
Do it right.
Jenna.
Mike.
He makes her beg for her life. Guns her down in cold blood.
But she won't die.
She's not dead yet. I need more ammo.
What? How long is this gonna take? You wuss?
The final shot is at point-blank range.
Mike made Jenna beg for her life before he shot her to death. There's really nothing else to say.
Michael and Katie drag Jenna's lifeless body to the edge of the water.
The brutality of it is just incomprehensible.
Bye-bye, wifey.
This isn't just a crime of jealousy. They're also greedy. The duo want to cash in Jenna's life insurance policy.
Katie and Mike plan to spend her life insurance proceeds on buying a house and starting a new life.
12 days pass before Jenna's body is found.
She's found badly decomposed by a couple of fishermen.
3 of the mourners at Jenna's funeral are also the last people to see her alive.
I was confident that Michael and Katie had some involvement.
But there's no physical evidence tying any of the trio to the crime.
We were never able to find the baseball bat. We were not able to find the shotgun either.
The murder goes unsolved and might still be today, except for another love triangle.
Hey, baby. I got you a present. This is Aspen.
Just months after Jenna's death, Katie brings a third person into their tryst, a 16-year-old girl called Aspen.
Katie liked to control people. I think that's why she invited Aspen, her friend, in for a three-way with her boyfriend, Mike.
But when Katie becomes pregnant, she is in no mood for sharing.
Catherine Bellflower became pregnant with Michael's child and decided that Aspen was in the way.
To Katie, the solution is simple.
Katie had gotten away with murder, and that emboldened someone, the killer, to do it again.
But Katie doesn't want to get her hands dirty. She again recruits Jeff Hamilton. On February 28th, 2003, Katie gets her young teen rival drunk.
They plied her with alcohol.
Oh, whoa. My dad would kill me if he knew I was out here.
Without warning, Jeff begins to choke her violently.
As Aspen fights for her life, Katie whispers a chilling promise.
I killed Jenna, and now I'm gonna kill you.
It's okay.
What's going on here?
But fate interrupts.
Is she all right?
Police officer Tim Phillips is on a routine patrol.
I saw one young lady who was laying pretty much on her back. Another young lady that was kneeling next to her, kind of embracing her.
It's okay, officer. We got it.
I noticed Katie Bellflower was wearing rubber gloves, as was Jeffrey Hamilton.
Katie thinks fast.
She's just a bit sick. Gloves are in case she vomits.
Telling the officer she's not killing Aspen. She's caring for her.
She appeared forthright and she was convincing.
In an instant, she was able to transition from cold-blooded killer to convince this officer that they were there to provide comfort.
It's the perfect chance for Aspen to escape, but she stays silent.
Aspen probably didn't tell what Katie and Jeff had done to her because she was frightened.
But master manipulator Katie loses control when Aspen gets home.
You'll be fine. Just keep your mouth shut. I love you.
She immediately told her parents exactly what had happened.
And reveals Katie's admission to killing Jenna. Police quickly arrest the trio, and their days of freedom are over. Mike Simons is found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life. No chance of parole. Jeff Hamilton pleads guilty to second-degree murder and is sentenced to 15 years to life.
You put all these personalities together, and it's just a dangerous mix.
Katie Bellflower pleads guilty to first-degree murder and receives 25 years to life in prison.
Here's a girl that participates in the brutal murder of a 17-year-old teenager, and then 5 months later plans, orchestrates, and attempts to carry out the murder of a 16-year-old. That tells you all you need to know about Catherine Bellflower.
For investigators, the mystery is what turned a teen girl into a killer.
We love birds.
Katie's background gives few clues.
Some criminals are born, some criminals are made through abusive or neglectful childhoods. Katie Bellflower did not come from a dysfunctional family. Katie was born one. I think if Katie hadn't been caught, she would have done it again and again and again. The behavior was becoming repetitive.